Oh, yes. What's going on, everybody? It's Thursday. It's a little bit later than normal for me to be doing this, but coming over a cold that I got a couple of days ago, getting over it now, ready to get back healthy again, ready to start cashing ready to start stacking cash tickets like flapjacks again. I'm not 100% yet, as you could tell, but still, we've got a greasy four-legger that we cashed last weekend with your guys' help, helping me as I went live to break down what I was thinking. And we threw some ones out there and we picked four that all cashed. Hamzat Kamayev inside the distance, cashed. Elise Reed's money line plus money, cashed. What else do we get? We got the fight doesn't start round 3 for the Kudalaba fight that cashed. And there was one other in there. The Haley Alatang money line. So that one cashed at almost plus 800, I believe. And with the DraftKings boost, I think it was like plus 850 or something like that. But I've got another four-legger for you guys here on DraftKings Sportsbook that I'm going to break down for you. And I'm going to say what's up to everybody in the chat that's joining us live here. And we've got my guy Victor De Jesus in the room saying, "Oi, yes, ready for this four-legger, trying to get rich this weekend. Dude, we're all buying yachts after this greasy four-legger." It's coming in at plus 792 right now on DraftKings Sportsbook. My analytics have it at minus 10,000. That's how confident I am. I'm almost that confident. You guys. We got the Prince of Mischief in the room saying, "Oi, yes, let's make it 2 in a row. Let's get it, man." Dude, we've been so close so many times, and we've already cashed a couple of these things. But, man, we could have got 2 weeks ago. We had the Derek Lewis, Sergey Pavlovich fight starts round 2, which was one of the worst bets of all time. But a little bit of an early stoppage, maybe. I don't know. And then Cyril Gane just not waiting those extra 35 seconds 2 weeks ago was an absolute nutcracker. But, hey, it is what it is. When we're giving you plus 800 parlays, we expect them not to cash every week. But it would be nice to string a couple of wins together here. We got Uncle Keith in the room saying, "Oi, about to end this work shift right when the greasy four-legger comes out. What a way to lead into Friday." It's almost Friday. It's Thursday. But we got to get this one out here today, Uncle Keith. And I can't wait to let's see if we can find a way to cash 2 in a row here. And we got Papa Chuck saying, "Let's get greasy." We got the obnoxious American MILF #1 saying, "What's up? I'm guessing the greasy four-legger is Philly, your ass shaving of the week, Pfeiffer inside the distance, Sandhagen. Maybe Loma by decision, but I don't know." Actually, it's none of those, but I actually like all those picks. But I'm going kind of greasy this week. Nothing above or nothing with a higher implied probability than minus 200 this week, which I believe is the same thing we did last week. So, but I'll break it down for you guys because this one is an interesting one. I've got 3 money lines in here. So I'm just kind of trying to pick some winners. And then I've got one prop in here that I feel is one of the more obvious ones to pick this week. Can't wait to share it with you guys. And she's saying to like and share, y'all. And I couldn't agree more. Hit that thumbs up button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Join the Patreon if you haven't already. We're having great success over there as well, following the track bets that we're making and doing some great analytics with the prop template that's available. Hang on just a second. All right. And then we got Mr. Jingles in the room saying, "Oi." And we've got Roy C saying, "Oi, oi." And my guy Dan Goldstein in the room saying, "A parlay greasier than ice hair." Let's go. Let's go, Dan. Good to see you in here. We got Bleed the Bookies in here saying, "Greetings from Thailand, Mr. Greasy Weezy. It's good to have you in here, my man. Always good to have you checking in from Thailand." Jenna Doyle says, "Damn it, I'm still working." We're going to be in and out of here fairly quickly, Jenna. So just you go out to the bathroom, you bring your phone with you, and then you come back in about 5 minutes, ready to finish off the workday. But it's 3:11 Central Time. Just go home. Just go home. The workday's over. And Glenbot saying, "What's up, the gents? What's going on, man?" We got Desi Giron saying, "Killed the Contender Series, landed that leg on your parlay." Yeah, I mean, I had Ikram Ali Skarov. It wasn't a hot take to think that he was going to win that fight. But, yeah, he got the job done. The second leg of that parlay is Daniel Zellhuber, who I parlayed like at minus 240, I believe, much earlier in the week. So hopefully that one cashes. And Dan saying, what's up, Glenn Bot in chat? Glenn, you know that the milk bag fade is Aspen Ladd this week, right? We got Mr. Jingle saying, Fluffy. I'm a huge Fluffy Hernandez fan, you guys. Glenn Bot saying, Dan, amazing. I have Moneyline Man and over 1.5 in round 3 man sprinkle. Let's go. And the Glenbot, there are some milk bags galore in that one. Jenna Doyle, what's up? And Dan Goldstein saying, nice, brother. I've got Mr. Man Moneyline as well. Nice. And Bleed the Bookie saying, here it's 3:11 nighttime and enjoying some ice cold beers. Nice. There you go, man. And Juicy Q saying, guys, I found another MGM goof. Pfeiffer has, oh my God. Wow, dude, if you guys have bet MGM, Pfeiffer by KO plus 600, you've got to be kidding me. Juicy Q, thanks for sharing that. This is the great information that we get from the fantastic people that come into my chat and watch our content here, man. I appreciate you for letting us know about that mistake line. These are the ones we got to take advantage of it. Go bet a unit on it. Joe Pfeiffer is going to probably just as likely win this thing by knockout as he is by sub. So, and you got a guy that's minus 400 on the money line and plus 600 by KO. That's fantastic. Yeah. And you need to scroll down to exact outcomes, says Juicy Q, to get that on BetMGM. So let's go, you guys. I'm going to share my screen with you here. And we are going to give you leg number 1. And leg number 1 of this parlay is the greasiest leg. It is the Sarah McMahon money line at plus 115. Now, if we look at the stats for this fight, Sarah McMahon is one of those fighters that wins pretty much every first round. And here's why. She's 27 of 48 on her takedown attempts. That's a 56.25% takedown percentage. And her fights are in control time positions almost 74% of her 123 minutes in the UFC cage. And she's dominating these control time positions, winning 62.32% of them and being controlled 11.12% of the time here. So she's doing a fantastic job of just owning the wrestling, owning the top time, and winning minutes. So the great thing about a Sarah McMahon moneyline bet is, which isn't great necessarily for a parlay, but I think that if you look at this fight and you go skill by skill by skill, Aspen Ladd isn't better anywhere. She's not more experienced. She's not the better striker. She's certainly not the better wrestler. She's a very good grappler, but Sarah McMahon is a higher level grappler and an Olympic silver medalist in freestyle wrestling. So, Aspen does her best job on top, and it's going to be very difficult to take down Sarah McMahon. I mean, Sarah McMahon's taking you down first. That's how it works. So I think that it's going to be very difficult for Aspen to find times to win. And I think one of the ways that you beat Sarah McMahon is you have fantastic conditioning and you hang on and you're squirmy enough to get out of something in the third round, get on top and submit her or land a big shot on the feet and get her to curl up. Sarah McMahon, not traditionally a durable fighter. She's been finished in 5 of her 6 pro losses, all at the UFC level, 4 of them by submission, 1 of them by knockout. But round 3 goes to the better conditioned fighter. And we don't know whether Aspen Ladd's going to be crying on the scales or not here. So until she weighs in and looks good, I think Sarah McMahon at plus money is a great bet here. She's going to win these control time positions, especially for the first 2 rounds. And you can always hedge this 4-leg parlay by betting Aspen Ladd round 3, because I don't see Aspen Ladd winning the first 2 rounds of this fight. Sarah McMahon is just simply too good and too efficient of a freestyle wrestler in order for Aspen Ladd to be likely to get on top here, to sweep Sarah McMahon. And, Aspen Ladd in 7 UFC fights has only faced 8 takedown attempts. I mean, she's going to face 3 takedown attempts right off the bat in this fight. And if she stops 2 of them, Sarah probably gets the 3rd. So, and it's only a 62.5% takedown defense, and she's still being controlled for 17.7% of her UFC cage time, despite the fact that she's only been taken down 3 times. So I'm worried about Aspen being much smaller and being Sarah McMahon just being the much stronger fighter here, having her way. And we can hedge this first leg of the parlay by betting Aspen Ladd round 3 at plus 1,200. But that's the first leg. Sarah McMahon, I've already got money on her, and I'm thinking about adding to that position. Very confident in Sarah McMahon at plus money, you guys. Leg 2 of this parlay is going to be the Jillian Robertson money line. So Jillian has done a fantastic job of winning the control time positions once again. If we see here another trend of her fights taking place in control time positions about 65% of the time. And that's over a 12-fight sample size at the UFC level and 114 minutes of cage time. So Jillian Robertson is not going to just sit there and let you strike with her. Over a very big sample size of fights, if you're handicapping a striker's chance to land a big shot against Jillian Robertson, you kind of have to do so knowing that Jillian Robertson owns 43.2% of the control time positions, and it gets controlled 22% of the time. So you have to kind of handicap that a striker maybe is at striking range for 1/3 of this fight. So I do believe that Jillian Robertson is going to be able to wrestle here and get Maria Agapova down. Maria Agapova has faced 14 takedown attempts in 5 UFC fights, and she's stopping takedowns at a 42.86% rate. She's allowing 2.75 takedowns per 15 minutes. She's giving up 1.03 submission attempts per 15 minutes, and she's allowed 23.59% control time. However, let's examine that number just a little bit more, shall we? And this is important. So if we go to the Agapova stats, which might take a second to scroll down to here, but what's important here is that her first fight in the UFC was against Tracy Cortez, and it was a Contender Series fight. And because it was the first season of the Contender Series, the stats are incomplete, and we don't have control time numbers. However, I went back and I watched that fight, and we know that Tracy Cortez is fantastic at winning control time positions. She controlled about 11 minutes of that fight. So Agapova is being credited with allowing 618 seconds of control time and 2,620 seconds of total fights, which includes this 900 seconds here against Tracy Cortez. But the UFC didn't provide control time numbers. But from what I saw, Tracy controlled her for about 10 to 11 minutes. So we got to add another 600 seconds at least onto this 618 seconds of that she's yielded in control time to mean that about 1,200 to 1,300 seconds of control time she's allowed in 2,620. So Maria Agapova's control time allowed is about 50%, not 23.59%. In addition to that, the only 2 fights that Maria Agapova has won at the UFC level have been fights where she has faced 0 takedown attempts. So she's beaten other strikers like Sabina Mazo and the other name is escaping me, Hannah Cyphers. So neither one of those ladies are grapplers. So Maria's not going to get that type of fight here. And when every fight that she's faced 1 takedown attempt, she's lost that fight. And Jillian Robertson is now at a new camp with Dean Thomas, supposedly with a lot of Cuban wrestlers down there in Miami. So the rumor is that Jillian Robertson is working wrestling nonstop. She's still only 27 years old, so she's got the ability to be able to improve. And Maria's only 25, and she's got a 5-inch reach advantage. She's a southpaw. She's taller. She's the bigger girl. But I don't think Jillian for a second is going to give this girl the fight that she needs to have in order to be successful. So I'm thinking that I'm really liking the Jillian Robertson money line here at minus 140. All right. Let me just scroll through here real quick. And let's see. We got Lou Betya's in the room. My guy, man. What's up, mother Canuckers? He's saying to these Canadians, man. And Blood Money is in the room saying it's my favorite capper's favorite capper. Great show, Weezy. Appreciate you. Glenn Bot saying Dan in chat, no distance and under 4.5 in Boyles, and Paddy Power is 6/5 if you are in the UK and Ireland. There you go. Goldstein saying I got Piper KO round and 1-2 at like -110ish and was thankful. That plus 600 just made me ungrateful, man. Oh man, 76 units on Lad round 3, man. Yeah, that's Lad round 3 is the bet, man. To account for what we've seen happen a few times, which is Sarah McMahon not be able to push that wrestling heavy pace for the full 3 rounds. But I still like her ability to even maybe get a submission early in the fight. She's dominating the first 2 rounds of fights. And Lou, 69 on Agapova. I'm not talking units. Yikes. Boo this man, says. Boo, Weezy. Respectfully boo this jobber. This is really greasy. 2 women's MMA lines. Yes, I know. But check it out. One of the women's MMA lines was Elise Reed last week, and we cashed on that one. So let's cash on these. Dude, I like these reads. I like Jillian Robertson here. And it's Agapova's weak spot, which is exactly where Jillian should be able to win here. And we have no evidence to suggest that Aspen Ladd is stopping any of Sarah McMahon's takedowns. I'm sorry. Sarah McMahon is on another level of freestyle wrestling here in the women's division. And I think she's going to drown Aspen Ladd. Let's see. Okay, anyway, we got you guys going plus in here. All right. And then I'm going to go now. Yeah, and Jillian is more skilled in training with a bunch of sweaty Cuban wrestlers now, but you can't coach crazy. Cocaine Agapova by Madness, says Goldstein. We're going to have to see. So, like, all right, now the leg number 3 is like the chalkiest prop of the week, but I'm throwing it in there because I'd be surprised if this one didn't come in, you guys. It's the under 1.5 in the Body Bags Piper versus Alan Abadovsky fight. I don't know what Alan Abadovsky is doing up at this level. He's landed 9 significant strikes in 3 UFC fights, and one of those fights fucking went the distance. I mean, he's landing 0.55 significant strikes per minute. 0.55. That's just fucking awful. Look at that. 36% striking defense. So this guy blocking punches with his face. He couldn't hit water if he fell out of a boat. 25% striking accuracy. And he's only attempting 2.2 significant strikes per minute, which is like lowest volume as you could possibly get. Body bags, 2.5 knockdowns for 15 minutes, 53% accurate, 51% striking defense, throwing more volume, 2 of 2 on his takedown attempts, out-controlling his opponents at almost a 7-to-1 ratio, and Alan Abadovsky getting out-controlled 1.33% to 61% and showing a stellar 0% takedown defense. This is Body Bags by Murder, and I'm giving them 7.5 minutes to do it. And we're also, because we're taking that under 1.5, we're taking into account the banana peel situation here where Amadovsky closes his eyes, swings from the hip, and actually lands one. So, under 1.5 in this one is a pretty good one. It's pretty chalky at minus 185. But this is what we're trying to cash this thing. We got to have a couple of obvious legs in there. I think the Jillian Robertson line should be much wider. And I think the 4th leg that we're going to talk about here should be much wider. But it isn't. So we're going to put one of my favorite fighters' money line in here, and that is Anthony Fluffy Hernandez at minus 175. In my opinion, the Jonathan Pierce of the middleweight division. This guy absolutely drowns people in volume. His conditioning is next level, and I don't think you can coach the kind of conditioning that he has. He probably has some kind of condition where his heart is like just pumping at a crazy volume more than anybody else's. Only 28 years old. He's even got a 1-inch reach advantage here. He's fought some really good guys on the regional scene before he got to the UFC. 4-2 at the UFC level. This reads 3-2 with a no contest, but the no contest was because of weed, so that should read 4-2. And he's finished 3 of his 4 wins inside the distance. So this guy is definitely a finisher. And he throws a ton of volume, but look at these numbers: 44.5% control time for, 24.5% control time allowed. He's getting his takedowns at a 70% clip, and he's just absolutely drowning guys on the ground. And we've seen Barrio give up 21.5% control time. We've seen him give up takedowns to guys like Jordan Wright and Dalcha Lungiambula. And, when he's beating those guys who are famous for having about 1 round of cardio. Anthony Hernandez comes into a fight with about 7 or 8 rounds of cardio. And if you think I'm kidding, go watch the output. Go watch what this guy is doing to his opponents. Unless you hit that off switch in his body standing up, he's just going to take you down over and over again. He's going to ground and pound you. He's going to let you get back up, and then he's going to take you down again. And then he's going to let you get back up, and then he's going to take you down again. And then he's going to start threatening with these submissions, going for these guillotines, going for these anaconda chokes. His front choke series is absolutely sick. He submitted Rodolfo Vieira in the 2nd round. And you go back and you watch that fight, and Vieira got in some seriously good positions on him, was threatening with him. But Hernandez was slimy. He never gave up. And it was very clear that, if you don't get this guy out of there early, the pace that he puts on in the 2nd and 3rd is something that you just simply cannot withstand. And I think Jonathan Pierce is getting a lot of love, and as he should, for the type of style that he's putting out there. It's a Billy Quarantillo type of pace. It's a Cain Velasquez kind of pace, JSP kind of pace, and that pace wins fights. And Mark and Andre Barrio is a guy who is known for his pace, but it's not going to be as good as Hernandez's. Hernandez is just going to be even better here. So I think that he gets this job done. I think he's going to really mix in that wrestling. And once he does, we're going to see Barrio maybe even break in the 3rd round here. But I'm picking Anthony Hernandez to win this fight by decision at -175. It's going to be the 4th leg of the Greasy 4-legger here that is right now checking in at +792 on DraftKings Sportsbook. So let's stack a second syrup-slathered flapjack on top of the stack, you guys, and cash our second Greasy 4-legger in a row here. Let's see. We got Addicted to Combat saying, time to cash another one. Let's go, Unc. And we got the flapjack stack there emoji, which I love. Good to see you in here, Patrick. We got Glenbot saying, Lou, I'll miss happy hour because I'll be slinging pints myself in Temple Bar. All the good bartenders are gone, man. I'll bet, dude. I'll bet. And Dan Goldstein saying, I have a pretty decent-sized money line bet on Zellhuber much earlier in the week, Glenn. Trying not to get cute with that fight because I can't really see how it goes. Yeah, I've got a 2.3 unit bet. Let me see here. 2.6 unit bet at -131 on the parlay with Ali Skarov and Zellhuber. So I'm hoping he gets that win. And our obnoxious American MILF #1 saying, what are your thoughts on swapping under 1.5 with Jor under 2.5? Jor? What the fuck is Jor? I don't know because I don't know what Jor under 2.5. But yeah. Oh, Joe Pyfer under 2.5. Oh yeah, that's good as well. That's a good one. Jor means Joe Pyfer typo. Yep, got it. Excuse me, guys. Let me just see here real quick. Daniel Pauly saying, can you have another shroom sandwich and then give your Greasy 4-legger? No, man, I don't have any shrooms here, so I can't be doing that. But yeah, man, that was one hell of a day. If you guys missed story time with Uncle Weezy on this week's Just a Tip, I got it time-stamped in there. Go and enjoy one of my favorite stories from college that I shared with you guys so that you could get an idea of what an idiot your Uncle Weezy was up in college. Dan Goldstein saying Jillian is built like halloumi cheese. A plus B equals bananas, says Glenbot. And we got Finn McMahon just get married, kind of scary. Could be taking honey money instead of training. She's training at her own gym now. She left Team Alpha Male, and I'm not actually thinking that that's a bad thing. I mean, I've just seen so many bad coaching performances over at Team Alpha Male recently for me to think that that could have been anything but a good move for her. But we'll see. I'm betting on a 41-year-old woman here, but I mean, I think if you throw out the age, which is obviously part of it, I just don't know where Aspen Ladd is better than Sarah McMahon. I mean, are you betting on Aspen Ladd's conditioning, against somebody like Sarah McMahon? I mean, what's her conditioning going to look like if she has a rough weight cut and she's wearing Sarah McMahon's weight for the first 10 minutes of this fight? You think she's coming out and fucking shaving ass in the third? I don't think so. And who knows if she can even stop a takedown from the level of wrestler that Sarah McMahon is. I mean, she hasn't fought that level of a wrestler. Sijara Eubanks, the best wrestler that she's faced. And Sijara is good as a wrestler, but she's a much, much better submission grappler than she is a wrestler. This is the other way around. Sarah McMahon's, just a top-notch wrestler, and the stats really do play that out. But yeah, man. Thanks for everybody joining me. I appreciate all of you guys. And let's cash this one. Let's cash this second one in a row. I'm going to see Spiritualized tonight at the Vic Theater here in Chicago. So if there are any Spiritualized fans here, keep an eye out for your Uncle Weezy at the show tonight if you're going to be here and watching that show. It's one of my first concerts that I've been to since before COVID hit. So I'm really looking forward to seeing my first indoor show in over 2 years here. And I'm really looking forward to cashing this Greasy 4-leg parlay one more week in a row with you guys. Let's get it. Let's stack cash tickets like flapjacks for UFC Vegas 60. And keep an eye out. There will be probably an impromptu Ask Weezy, maybe late night tonight, maybe at some point tomorrow. But I will let you guys know on Twitter. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. And I will see you guys soon. Let's have a good one.